check. So just settle down a little bit. Try and bring your mind to the same place your body is. And just check your sitting position. So lengthening your spine, shoulders aligned with the hips. Relax the jaw. Just try and relax the whole body. And just check your mind. Just try and be objective about what's arising. Try not to cling on to anything. Try not to judge yourself. And then also notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. Could be at the tip of the nose, could be at the base of the nose where you feel the sensation, but it tends to be according to where you've been trained, and also the shape of your nose. So just settle the mind, bring all those people of your life to your mind, thinking the loved ones, the ones we don't get on with so well, and those ones who are strangers. Think about that teaching on equanimity, that they were all the same. And then I think we'll do this meditation this evening for the benefit of all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So just we'll start with the power of regret. We create negativity with our mind, so we can actually change that by creating positivity instead. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you've done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. And you can think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma, and we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. So having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of the future suffering that we ourselves will experience. We know from our present suffering, we don't like it and we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense that we will pull these karmic seeds out before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret the anger and the attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance, and we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, or Vajrasattva, who we see as a doctor, rather than someone that we want to forgive us. So it's not like we're looking for a higher power here. So we want to use Vajrasattva's methods to heal ourselves. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is your teacher or your Lama, your trusted mentor, manifesting in this form for your benefit. He is made of radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has this beautiful radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding the Vajra, which represents the indestructibility of your compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So a little section here on developing compassion, which is also part of reliance, because we're relying upon other sentient beings, the people we've harmed and those who have harmed us, in order to develop compassion. So compassion is a wish for people to be free from suffering, and particularly the people that have harmed you, because the suffering that they've caused you will ripen as suffering for them in the future. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and just think, I must purify for their sake. So we start with purification of the body. And Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and fills you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and it disappears into space, not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So next is a purification of the speech, and Vajrasattva now very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Satra hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. So feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. So next is a purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's kind of like when you walk into a pitch black room, you flick on the switch, the light dispels the darkness instantly. So just imagine the same thing happening to you when the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind. So depression and violence, anxiety and agitation and bitterness, grudges, jealousy, disappointments, all of this instantly dispelled. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. So be delighted again, all your delusions. And these are the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, and the cause of our own suffering. And just imagine there's no space in your heart now, because it's all gone. So there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of those imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. You can imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar, and it pours into you, fills you completely, and eradicates very, very subtle, these very, very subtle imprints as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe. So now feel you are completely purified and there's not one atom of negativity in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So really try and feel that. So next is the power of resolve. It's a really crucial step in this purification process, and this is the determination to not harm, to refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. And so without this resolve, we're going to keep doing the same old things over and over again because we're human and we have habits that we develop this lifetime, habits that we've brought with us, habits that are also within our own family and our own culture. And this determination, this aspiration to not harm, to refrain from harming, it's kind of becomes like a beacon that guides our body and our speech and our mind in new directions. So think of something you've been working on, and first of all, rejoice in your own efforts. Please don't ever forget to do that. Wow, oh gosh, I actually kept my mouth shut when that person said that to me. So that's a fantastic. So don't give yourself a little bit of credit for the progress that you are making, and don't underestimate how powerful that is when you start to chip away at the habits. So just continue whatever it is you're working on. Give yourself a reasonable timeline, no matter how small. And then just keep going between now and tomorrow. And then this determination to not do again is what gives us the strength to change. And Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And you think, my guru's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. So just a little bit on emptiness. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, just place your mind there for a little while. So one of the ways of saying it at the end of a text is, in emptiness there is no I, the creative negative karma, there is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So we can think about all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things are appearing to me, maybe that's just not the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And Palamza Rinpoche. O tup shul chang xin jam gon Galloway, Tenzin kyang pelaway, Kunza dog porze, Chog sum away leg mon to drew. Dog sog dulaje, gondu jab ten shog. For Lama Ursul, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And Geshe Shera, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay, everybody. Lots of love. Thank you for hosting, Shayla, even while you're babysitting